Hi guys, this is Rajiv here, and today with me we have Akshay and Prasanna. This time we will be looking onto our next structural design pattern from our list, which is private class. First of all, let's try to understand the problem statement in which this can be used. There are situations when a class may want to deny the accessibility of attributes to prevent it from getting manipulated. This is the problem statement which we are trying to solve. A class may prevent its manipulation by making the attribute private. That is fine. It can prevent the manipulation from outside of the class itself. But there are times when it can change the values from inside the classes itself, inside this private method, which may not be intended. So how to solve this issue? How to prevent it from getting changed unintentionally from inside the class itself? The very simple solution for this is in the private class data pattern. Here, our objective is to minimize the visibility of the attribute from the class itself. In simple terms, we can say that remove the property from the class itself and move it to some other place where that class will itself be responsible for handling the attributes, and it will be exposing through getter and setter. And that way, we will be ensuring that our class, our main class in which we are writing the business logic, that will not be able to change the data attributes. So let's see what I'm trying to talk in this session via its structure.
Okay, so one thing. So when you said that we're trying to hide that object within the class, like accessibility within the class itself, so there has to be some logical like way to that class obviously will need that object sometime, right? At some point of time it may need, and at other point of time it may not need. So there has to be some switch, like when it will be accessible and when it won't be accessible. Is it something like this?
No. Let's understand the scenario again, like where in which we want to use. If I'll go back to the problem statement here. Suppose just imagine a scenario where you need to create a variable and you need to change the variable's value only once. Correct? So what you can do, you can pass the variable via its setter or constructor, and you can set the value in this constructor or the setter at one time. That is fine. But, since it is a private, we can ensure that we are not able to change the value from outside. One-time initialization is done. Correct? But there are chances, as I said, that inside private class data, that private method is having the access to that private variable, right? So it can change the value of that variable from inside, right?
Okay.
So our intent is to prevent the manipulation, that manipulation, unintentional manipulation, even from inside of that class also. This is like use case is very less for this scenario, for this private class data. Means it is generally used for like one-time imitation, one-time initialization of the variable. In that scenario, it can be used.
So means the value of the properties will never change.
Values of the property will never change.
Okay. Or is it like setting a different object? Like we will not change the existing property. We will
be using the initialized property, one-time initialized property. We need to use that. Okay.
Means no, not at all updation, right?
We want to deny that updation of that property. So the simple solution is to move that you can see our initial structure of the class was looking like this, where we have few properties: attribute 1, attribute 2, attribute 3. We are changing get attribute 1, get attribute 2, get attribute 3, and we used to pass these 3 attributes in the main class, and via the main class constructor we are setting these values. Okay. Now some unintentional method we have written, like some method we have written, and in that method we are unintentionally changing the values of that attribute from inside this main class itself. Our objective is to deny that possibility also. So come up with such a design that possibility doesn't exist in our application. So the simple solution is to pull out these attributes in a separate data class attribute. And in that data class attribute, we will be only exposing the getter for that attribute: get attribute 1, get attribute 2, get attribute 3. So we can initialize it only once from the data class constructor, and it won't be changing. And since it is a private variable, we won't have we can't change the value of the data class from the main class. So this is the separation of the concern which we are talking about. Like data class will be dealing with the initialization of the attributes, and our main class will be dealing with the business logic. Got it? Any question up till now?
Okay. No question.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see a quick implementation of this one to understand what I'm trying to talk about. And I think from the gist, I think you guys can understand like the implementation of this would also be very simple. Let's understand the problem statement. Like suppose we have an object. Let's first create a class, project itself, and in that project we can. So in this project, private class data, we will be. I've created a simple private class data in which I will be trying to implement that class diagram which we had seen. Think of in terms of like object. Let's say we have an object called. So we have a class called circle. In circle, there will be attributes like radius, right? We will initialize that radius one time, and from that radius, we can get the properties like diameter or circumference. Those properties, those methods they can implement, and we can get the desired result. So, and we want to prevent the manipulation of the radius in the future. We want to initialize it only one time, and we want to deny that initialization anytime in the future. So let's create our circle class just to see what I'm talking about. I'll create a class circle. In this circle, I will be creating private. I'm directly creating the getter and setter in this time. I'm creating the radius. This is the getter, and I'll create a private setter. Okay. In this class, I will be creating a constructor, which will be accepting the radius as a parameter, and I'll be setting the radius. Okay, and I can create some method like public double say circumference. I can return circumference return 2πr 2 times of similarly I can create like say diameter. Let's say create a diameter and it will be simply 2 times of radius. Okay, so our objective, since you can understand the problem, right? Even though we have the private setter, means some method from internally, it can change the radius value, and we will be getting the unintended results, undesired results from the circumference and diameter, right? So the solution is to create a separate class itself, which will be a class, say circle data, and we will be keeping this our radius property in this itself. We will be having a private setter and just a public circle data and radius. So what the same thing, whatever we are doing here, we can do this. We can do these things. Yeah. And instead, we will be keeping a instance of circle data here. I'll write circle data, and this time circle data, and I'll keep the getter as the same thing. Setter private, again the same thing. So circle data will be something like new circle data, and I will passing the radius here. So circle data dot radius, circle data dot radius. In this way, we are ensuring that our circle class will not be able to change the radius of the circle data after a one-time initialization, because we don't have any we haven't exposed any setter attribute for this radius.
Okay.
So this was a very quick implementation and a very simple
Tell some
example.
like from a use case perspective where we will need this kind of data pattern.
You can examine like you can say like the profile ID you are creating. You are creating a user, right? And you need to create a class. For that class, you need to ensure that the profile ID while creating first time you're setting the ID of the user which you want to take some actions, right? In that scenario, you can pull out the profile data in one part in one separate class, and you can ensure that the one-time initialization of the profile ID is already happening. Right? So if in future, like suppose data corruption, you can ensure that data corruption will not happen. Whatever the actions you are taking here, that will be working on the one profile ID for which this class you have created.
Okay.
This is one of the like design patterns. Again, means it is like the objective is to reduce the human mistake and this kind of things which can happen. And obviously, this is one of the very simplest use cases which I can think of right now from the top of my mind. There can be several such scenarios which can arise in your application where you might need this design pattern. So yeah, that's it in this class. See you in the next session.